what put me into gravel? I think I just wanted to, extend a little bit my gravel and my cycling career, and also having a bit more freedom, I would say. The thought was always like I could, after my professional career, I would have different races to do that I was not allowed to do when I was a professional rider. And then, that was just always the idea. I wanted to do 2 years, that kind of stuff. Also some mountain biking, which I do also now. And it's just cool to do. And we met actually my last 2 years.
Yes.
As a professional road cyclist. I met Freddy when I was not selected for the tour.
Yep.
And we were training every day together in Spain.
The hardest I've ever trained in my life, those 3 weeks. Is for sure.
And it was cool because he was texting me through Instagram.
As always.
If he just could join me, and I was alone, so I said, perfect. If you want to meet up with me, we can ride together. And normally the guys that train with me, they never text me back after 2 days anymore to join me, because I'm quite hard on training and I don't like to stop too much. And I just wanted to get the riding in. But Freddy was quite amazing, I would say. Like it was easy following me, not suffering too much. And he also motivated me to train well. It's nice to have a sparring partner who has a great shape and good legs. And it was great match. We had fun time.
Yeah, we did. Actually, it was after that training period that I had the result that allowed me to start doing what I'm doing now. I was second at Steamboat to Keegan Swinson, who's probably known as the best gravel guy, full-time gravel guy in the world. And I suffered a lot those 3 weeks, I remember, but I enjoyed it a lot because obviously I was a big fan of you, and I always followed your career. And I was a stagiaire with BMC, even though you didn't really know it at the time. But it's when you're riding with a big champion, it's just it's special, especially in the first period. After some time, you get used to it, and you just you get a bit annoyed by it actually, about how strong you guys are. I have that problem now with someone else, but it's nice, and it's just nice to be around a big champion that doesn't have the ego. That they feel like they're better than you just because they have Palmares and I have nothing. And I think I also have the mindset of not treating someone bigger than they are, because we're just all people sitting in Lycra at a coffee shop looking quite stupid to everyone else, and liking to smash each other on the bike. And here we are, I don't know, 3 years later, racing together once a year, usually just at Unbound.
Not enough. It's always a bit of pity that we're not having the matching. Last year in Unbound we were riding together.
It was time together. Nice.
It was fun.
And again, Unbound this year.
Hopefully,
I'm not sure if I can tempt you to do the 360 Traka next year, even though I think you would be very good at it.
I think I would, honest. Maybe a bit better, or it fits me more. I would say, like, because I'm getting more diesel than ever, and also not doing that much effort anymore.
Also would be really good publicity for Cyclowax to do the 360 to show how good it is over 12 hours.
Makes a big difference in the end. But
I think I saw it in your contract actually, the 360 next year.
It was yours, I think. Yeah, but it's cool to do. It's just a fun thing, but the problem is, like, the level is getting super high.
That is the difference now.
Super professional.
It was one of those things that you could have a not great day in the 360 and still finish 5th, and good job, you finished 5th. Now you can, if you don't prepare perfectly, as serious as the other guys, and have a small issue like me with the fueling, then you go from 5th to 20th really fast. And then it's a little bit like you don't get as much out of it from a number point of view, results wise, as you used to. But the experience is still the same. But it is incredible now how many people are all in on gravel.
Yeah, that's just because it's popular. It's an amazing sport and it's cool to do.
It's fun. Yeah,
I think just people like to do this kind of stuff, and that's also why it's probably we are doing it. So it's cool to do.
Also, like a big difference from when I started gravel is like people. How seriously things have come along in equipment and the changes on the bikes and
getting more aero, getting the bike right, tires,
for sure,
chain,
waxing the chain, or waxing during, like people taking the wax. I saw some guys in my group carrying little flasks of wax or whatever to put it on during the race. So like people now are thinking even maybe more professionally than some of the road people, because you guys don't have to do those things, but we're managing ourselves. We're 99% of the people racing are managing their own bikes. Not everyone has a mechanic doing it, and teams. So things like waxing your chain is like just a really easy way that you can do it at home to prepare.
Yeah, it gets almost more standard. I think a lot of people are start doing it.
Yeah.
Where like a few years ago, you did it, you were the only one. But I think now on this field, like also yesterday with me, I think I saw a lot of waxing chains already, and I think
it's just, if you're not doing it, actually you're a little bit weird now.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were doing it a few years ago, you're like, oh, that guy, he's a nerd. Like he's thinking too much about the canes. Like, hey, take it easy, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas now there was a guy in our group whose chain sounds so bad, and I was like, it sounds bad, no? And he's like, yeah. I was like, did you wax it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, obviously not Cyclowax.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know what the other brands are, but it doesn't sound good.
Yeah. No, it makes for sure a big difference especially on a long day.
Yeah.
And it's you have to prepare well on training, but it's always the extras, the aero stuff.
Gravel is a lot, especially in Girona. It's not really gravel. It's almost mountain bike half the time, and it's really testing your equipment.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready with everything, your chain, your tires, your wheels, everything, it will fall apart at some point, because 360 kilometers or 200 kilometers is so much time to have a problem. And if you haven't done that's something that I had to learn myself, that if you haven't done your testing with equipment, it's just a matter of time before you will flat or something, or your chain starts sounding insanely bad, or this. You have to learn it the hard way, unfortunately.
And with the speed these days, you cannot have any problem.
Cannot.
If you lose 1 minute, done almost.
You don't come back to the front anymore if you have issues.
Yeah, this you had before, I think.
Yes.
If I was following a little bit when I was still on the road,
you could come.
I had those feelings like they even stopped at the shop and they were shopping together.
Yeah.
And got back on the bike, where now it's like...
it was like the 360 last year.
They're not stopping even at the feed zones anymore.
No. 360 last year, Rob Britton and Pete Stentner came back to the front after a big issue, and I don't think anybody could have done that in the 360 this year with the pace that we had. We had 33 average for the first 4.5 hours or something, if I'm correct, or 32. And that's on gravel. That's pretty fast.
That's also a bit of pity, that you can almost not stop, have a proper feeding, and go back.
Yeah. With popularity and money, things get serious.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened with gravel. It's not just fun and anymore and having a good time. It's people motivated to get results and make money and make a living. And there's only so many brands that can pay people. So people are motivated and
they want to win. They want to have results.
Everyone is watching Traka.
Everyone
is watching Traka now. I remember when I did the first Traka. 21. I was on the podium with Demarchi. We finished in Fontejau. My girlfriend was waiting, and maybe Demarchi's coach or something, and that was it. And Javi as well. And there was no one there. Honestly, no one cared. And now you go to Fontejau at the end of the 360 or 200, and it's like Tomorrowland or something in Belgium. It's full gas.
Tomorrowland, you've never been there, but
there's a bit more. Bit more motivation, other ways to.
But it's cool. It's getting bigger for sure, and when stuff gets bigger, gets more serious. And
Yeah, brands are all in now on gravel because it's seen as fun and accessible, and less professional. The road, like when you are racing on the road, it's great to watch, and it's great to watch Pikachu and Greg and Matthew and blah blah, but it's not really relatable because we can't even think about riding as fast as you guys do. But when you see someone riding the Traka 360 and finishing 5-6 hours behind the first guy, then you think, oh, maybe I can do that, and that's what makes it so cool, that it's for everyone.
yeah, that's the strongest point I think from gravel, that it's everybody can start and everybody
That's
can.
my computer. It will stop in 30 seconds. He stopped it.
off.
How would you like we're both racing Unbound in a month? Like, what is something that you would recommend a normal person for equipment? I think everyone is going like bigger tires now, for example, but what is something like that you have to have done to get through the race without wasting any energy or watts or standing on the side of the road with a flat?
Yeah, I think first tires I think is super important. And then being a bit more aero, not even clothing, not, but like just positioning wise on your bike.
Yeah,
I think it's important.
I need to work on that for sure.
Yeah,
My back getting old.
You have to really be focused on it, especially on a long distance.
A lot of guys are,
just waxing the chain. I think it's such an important thing on a long ride like Unbound, 325k, fast course also.
Yeah,
It makes it it's marginal gains, but it saves you on a really bad chain. It gives you 15 to 10 watts.
Yeah, I think like the
extra.
oil on just absorbs dust actually. So putting that on your chain, you're actually, it's probably even slower than having nothing on it, I think, because it's just like absorbing all the dust that you're smashing through. So yeah, wax I think is just like, it's not even a question anymore. Like, if you're not doing it, then you should be. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. And then as well is, for me, is a big one is understand fueling. Yeah. Everyone is always saying you have to have as much as possible, but as I learned on Friday, there is a limit, and then you're also not absorbing.
You have to be aware. Yeah, you have to be aware. You have to feel it also a little bit. You know, like the feeling that you create on your stomach, on your that you also there play a little bit. With small gaps, 50 minutes longer waiting or extra taking. I think
maybe some more water instead of just a carb drink, which I learned. So. That's the fun thing about these races is you don't really know how you're going to do in the long ones until you do it, because you never ride that long in training. Or you can, you're taking a risk.
But the intensity is different, so it's also hard to eat that much on training for such a long time. So it's and then you have the pre-fueling that you have also breakfast
2 days,
days before. That's also something
that's tough as well.
And this you only can train like on a Traka or something.
That's what I mean. You don't know how you handle things until you do it, which is fun, but also can be annoying when it doesn't. When you find a problem after so much preparation. But
that's life, you know. You just try something out and you learn from it.
Yeah.
And then you just try to do it better the next
time. You can't be too.
It's super nice to see the struggle for everybody. You know, and then one day comes right, and then you have a good result.
That is the beauty of sport. But I think that's it for now. You have to ride back in the rain, I think. Hopefully you wax your chain.
I hope sun is shining.
Hey,
now.
you can take this if you want in your pocket.
It's already, I can use it.
Cool. Thank you.